Good evening, this is the LC's Drive Home Recap. Tonight at LC's, we continued our series. Tell me why. And we started by thinking about some memorable meals that we had. And I was thinking, again, of another one that I had. From the first Christmas Mel and I were married, the company she worked for had a Christmas party at the Del Coronado Hotel on Coronado Island. And it was a theme of like a turn of the century family dinner. And it was so much fun. We had together watching the dinner theater. When the salad course came out, they named the salad after the couple who had been married the shortest amount of time. And Mel and I had the salad named after us, and it was literally by hours. We got married a few hours later than another couple in the room, and we had surf and turf for dinner, and it was so much fun. And I loved the meal, and strangely, Mel didn't like the food that was served. And so after having this wonderful meal at a beautiful hotel, we drove home, and she asked me to pull through Arby's and get her a beef and cheddar because she was still hungry after this incredible meal because she didn't eat. You think of all the memorable meals that you've had and what made it so memorable. It was the food, the atmosphere, the people you were with, all these things worked together. And we talked about a meal in the Bible as we continued this series. We were talking about, tell me why we take communion. And we looked at Paul's instructions to the church in Corinth in 1 Corinthians chapter 11. Paul gave some instructions for having a time of communion together, taking of the Lord's Supper together. And he started by reflecting on the Last Supper that Jesus and his disciples had together. And in that meal, Jesus took some bread. Probably didn't look like this, but I've got some bread. And he said, "This is my body broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And then he took the cup, and it was wine. Probably here's some juice. But he said, "This cup in the same manner is the blood of the new covenant. Every time you take this, do this in remembrance of me." And Paul gave some instruction for taking communion in the right way. And as we went through those passages in 1 Corinthians 11, we're told that we take communion because it helps us reflect on what Jesus has done, what he did at the cross. We're reminded that he is coming back. This world is not our home. We do this until he comes. And we're told to stay ready as we repent and make sure our hearts are right before the Lord, so that when we take the bread and we take the cup, we do it in a manner that's worthy of the body and blood of the Lord. So I'd encourage you, the next time we gather to take communion, will you do this? Will you take communion to reflect on what Jesus has done, to be reminded that he's coming back, and to stay ready as you repent? Because that's what it's really all about. Pray that you have a great week. We love you guys. We'll talk to you soon.